Hey doing everybody, you're very welcome back to In Forest and Lands. I'm Joe Price, Wilderness Skills Instructor, and covered in sphagnum moss behind the camera there is Olsson.
Hello everyone.
I really do enjoy those parts of the videos. They're my favourite bits. But I'm standing next to a tree and I wanted to take a moment to talk about the accoutrements that you see people wearing in the woods and what the origins of this kind of accessory is. Originating from the north here in the Boreals up around Lapland, yes, I'm sure there's plenty of indigenous cultures that have used centre belts, but because of how cold it gets up here, you don't want to have to keep upping your layers or opening your side layers and breaking that microclimate. So you see an awful lot of people wearing these really thick belts with all these accoutrements on it. Now, if you don't find yourself in the Boreals all the time, like myself and Nita do, it does not mean that they do not have a place in the woods or as part of your EDC when you're out and about in town. But there is several different types to fit several different things. So I'm just going to run through it really quickly here. Starting from this side, you have these brass clips. These are very aesthetic. They're very old school, but they tend to only work with knives that have D-rings on the back of them. That's mainly what I use these for carrying them for. It's just nice to be able to clip your knife on when you get to camp and take your knife off. Maybe if you're sitting down or you're putting it away without having to undo your trousers. Nobody wants to have to keep taking your belt on and off in the forest. You can get danglers for your knives and your accessories when you're out, but these are just a little bit more versatile, and they're also handy, like as you can see here, if you want to wear your knife below your layers. So with the brass clips, you're looking for an accompanying D-ring, so you can just clip it onto your belt nice and easy when you're in the woods. Now here's one of my more favorite ones, or one of my more used ones. This one is made by Casström, but this is also just a great universal knife accessory. Casström have taken this carabiner and added it to it so it fits more these fold over standard belt non-dangler type sheets, so you don't need that brass D-ring and you can clip it up in here and your knife will sit like that on your belt. I find that these bigger carabiners also allow for a bit more larger things like clipping your saws on and off. They're not as finicky, as small as the brass carabiners, and can also be used with gloves. It's a very good accessory and it fits most widespread loops. My other one that I use the most, you don't see it too often because it's usually in my pocket, is this one here. Also made by Casström, but again, any of these you can make yourself. This is from Cold Country Customs, and these are custom made by our friend Jonathan Salek. So wherever you find them, totally okay. This one is made by Casström. It's a good stout leather. It's got this crab claw clip on the end, and the reason why I like this is because I carry this in my pocket. Yes, it's kind of based loosely around a game carrier if you want to carry pigeons and stuff, but it's also great for having around your belt and just clipping into your pocket. I usually have it married to my 1972 Camillus, and the reason why I use the 1972 Camillus in the woods is that Victorinox, although they are the woodsman's favourite knives, those D-rings or those split rings that you see on them, they can be very weak and some twisting will take it off. I'm sure you can replace them, but the hole in them, I just find it's just too much trouble, and I carry my Victorinoxes more as a daily knife. But when I'm in the woods, I like something stout like the Camillus, which has this huge clip on it, which again you can clip to uniforms or clip to your backpacks or simply clip in to your crab clip, and then this can sit nice and snugly in your pocket and you're not going to lose it. Also very easy to use with gloves in the colder weathers for just retrieving your knife. You can keep a ferro rod or anything else you want on here. But I just wanted to run through it really quickly. Some of these accessories that just for a few small dollars or a few small pounds, or if you want to get crafty, you can add to your belt when you're out in the woods, and it just makes life that little bit more simpler. Less fumbling, less taking things off, putting things on, taking things in and out of the bag, because I am a big believer in high speed, low drag when you're in the woods, and anything that's going to be constantly falling out of your pockets, taking up space in your pockets, stabbing you when you sit down to have your spam sandwich, you're just not going to use in the woods or want to carry in the woods any more than is necessary. So there you go, belt danglers and belt accessories, something that I think every woods person should look into and use. Peace.